Wuhan, the epicenter of the new coronavirus outbreak, a city of 11 million people, was a tough decision and a controversial one. There were criticism and concerns about human rights violations. The Chinese government can lock millions of people into cities with almost no advance notice should not be considered anything other than terrifying, says this Guardian article. Yet 3 weeks into the lockdown, as grim as the situation still is in Hubei, outside the province, the number of new infections has been on the decline since February the 3rd. Now, 96% of the deaths and 80% of infections are in Hubei. Less than 1% of the infections and only 2 deaths are outside the Chinese mainland. Don't get me wrong, the worst is not over. But data shows that the coronavirus is not a global pandemic yet. And people are seeing China's efforts in a different light.
That's what I'm commending them for. Lock down a city of 11 million people to try and protect all of us from not getting infected.
Need to be grateful at the speed with which scientists in China posted the genetic sequence and the extreme measures that are being placed in Hubei province have probably delayed the spread of this virus to other areas.
We must admire the dedication of the workers and respect the sacrifice of Wuhan and other cities that have gone into this sort of social distancing exercise in order to try and interrupt transmission.
Another move generating discussion and debate is China's capacity to mobilize resources. Tens of thousands of medical staff were pooled from every Chinese region to help Hubei. Dozens of military aircraft and thousands of military personnel, including doctors, were sent in. And it took 10 days to build a new hospital.
10 days to build a hospital. There is no other country that can do anything that fast. Like in America, it takes longer than that to get cable installed.
At the end of the day, it is about the people. Emotionally, it has been a tough few weeks for 1 billion Chinese, most of whom had to self-isolate at home to avoid the virus. But as many of them showed, there's more than one way to stay sane and fit. I wish I could end on this happy note, but let's not forget that as we speak, the medical staff and first responders are putting their life on the line to fight this epidemic. This doctor, while on duty, learned that her mother had passed away. She bowed to the direction of her mother's home and then went back to the ICU to treat her patients. They are the unsung heroes who deserve the most credit.